So, how's Kenny Pickett? Because I talked about him before, and I'm going to talk about him again. So, it has been weeks since I made a video talking about Kenny Pickett and how he's performing. The video I recorded was after he faced the Miami Dolphins, where he threw two late game interceptions, essentially costing the Steelers the win. 16-10. You throw a pick in field goal range, which could have put you up or put you down only by 3. Then on the final drive, when you threw the pick, you would have only needed a field goal to tie. And that was a game where you threw 3 interceptions. And to that point, Kenny Pickett had 4 total touchdowns to 7 interceptions. So how has Kenny improved from that point till now? I mean, the major thing is he stopped throwing the other team the ball. That's the number one thing. Don't give the ball to the other team. So he stopped throwing picks. Perfect. He learned to throw it away when he could. He learned to, know when he can fit the ball in there. If he can't fit it in there, but he can take off running, he does that. There was one play against the Ravens I didn't like where it was it second down? I think it was second down, and maybe it was third. But he had the ball, scrambled a little bit, and instead of just throwing the ball away, he kind of just ran into the Ravens. I don't know if they were linemen or linebackers. He just ran into some Raven defenders and let them sack him for a huge loss on the play. And that was like, why? Why not just throw it away? I don't know if he couldn't get the ball near an eligible receiver. To me, I think he had Najee to his right as like a check down option. Throw it 3 feet over Najee's head and let it sail out of bounds. Just to avoid the loss of yardage. Because I think it was second down. I really think it was. But his play as a whole has gotten better. And he has 2 game-winning drives in consecutive games. One against the Raiders, one against the Ravens. He does seem to have a swag or a moxie to him where it's, we're probably going to go down and score this touchdown. And he doesn't have much issue at all going down the field. It's definitely in the red zone. The defense kind of compresses a little because you have the back of the end zone. And there's less space to kind of work with where he still struggles a bit. And the Steelers end up settling for field goals instead of touchdowns. Deontay Johnson still doesn't have a touchdown this year, which is insane. And he may go the entire season without one if he does not score one versus the Cleveland Browns. And he'll probably have the most targets and or receptions in a single season without a touchdown. So that is insane. Pickens, he's doing better. Najee and Jalen Warren, I like that duo. So he has a supporting cast around him that he's starting to gel with, which is good. So, with all that said, he's improving. I think the Steelers have their next guy. Now, if he's Derek Carr, he's Derek Carr. If he ends up being Joe Burrow, fantastic. He's Joe Burrow. It's hard to tell right now what exactly Kenny's gonna be, but I'm excited for it. So this is a lot shorter than the previous video about Kenny, but I don't think there's as much to talk about because I really critiqued his play in the last one because he was throwing picks, he was making poor decisions. It was like the one play versus Miami where I thought he should have ran it and gone out of bounds. Or maybe you flip it to Najee over the defender and he gets something. But he decided the worst option, which was force it to the end zone when you had like a half a minute left and intercepted. So there's not a whole ton to critique. Obviously, there's some better decision making he can make. I do think he's slightly limited by his offensive coordinator, which I don't like Matt Canada. I don't. I want him to not be the offensive coordinator next year. So, I mean, we'll see. He might have saved his job with this late season push. So, that'll all be interesting. And but Kenny, we'll get him, a couple better linemen. Maybe a receiver, but we're getting Calvin Austin back next year. Yes, we traded away Chase Claypool, but he is not doing a damn thing in Chicago. And the Steelers robbed the Bears of that pick. Because that's going to be one of the first picks in the second round. That's essentially a late first round pick. Without the fifth-year option. So that was a fantastic, and I mean fantastic trade by the Steelers. So they got their first rounder, which is going to be somewhere probably in the late teens, the mid to late teens. Then they got the Bears' second rounder and their second rounder. Like, they're going to have some good talent. So they need better offensive linemen. They do need a true number one shutdown corner. They do. I'll talk about this more and what the Steelers need during the offseason. I'll make a video for that. But right now, I'm happy with the development of Kenny. And I can't wait to see him get better, especially taking that step from year 1 to year 2. And usually you say, oh, we'll wait 3 years and we'll give that quarterback time. But I don't think you need 3 years anymore. Probably by the end of his second year, you should probably know if a guy can play or not. If you're giving him into his third year, yeah, maybe if he showed a little bit at the end of the second, maybe, when his third year comes around, he'll take that last leap, but probably by the end of the second year, we should know whether Kenny is the guy or if he's just Kirk Cousins. I don't know. But hell, even a Kirk Cousins or a Derek Carr with enough pieces around them can play well. Even a Jimmy G. He has gone to a Super Bowl. So, yeah. If he's one of those three guys and he needs help to win games, fine. Or who knows, maybe he's a Mahomes, an Allen, a Burrow. We'll see. So, if you guys did enjoy this, please leave a like. And if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button for me. I'm going to be uploading a lot more, I promise. And I'll see all you guys in the next video. See ya.